Hello and welcome to my YouTube. This YouTube is on the E463 keyboard, and I want to talk about the 10 main voices that break all the rules. The E463 keyboard has 758 main voices that are called up by using the voice button. So when you press this using the rotary dial or the numeric pad, you can call up 758 different main voices. When you select a main voice, it is played with your right hand, and you play the melody of the song with your right hand. If you select an arpeggio, that arpeggio will be applied to the main voice. But main voice number 292 through main voice number 301 do not work like all the other 748 main voices. This is a list of those 10 voices, starting at 292 and going all the way up to 301. And you can tell at a quick glance there's something unusual because the word left is applied in all of them. What is going to happen is the voice is going to be played by your left hand, not your right hand. And I'll explain further. And notice that most of these are bass guitars or pianos or a strumming guitar. Okay? 4 unusual things happen when you select one of the main voices from number 292 to number 301. First, the keyboard turns on the split voice automatically. Second, the actual voice is assigned and played by the split voice with your left hand, even though you press the voice button. Typically, you're going to set the voice for your right hand. But no, in this case, the voice that you select is going to be played by the split voice with your left hand, totally backwards from the way the main voice works. Third, an arpeggio is turned on automatically, and it is applied to the split voice in your left hand. Fourth, the main voice, being played by your right hand, will always be set to a grand piano. So in these 10 voices, you'll always get a grand piano in your right hand, and your left hand is going to be playing some voice assigned to the split voice, either a bass guitar or a piano or a guitar. You can still set the style to any of the 235 built-in styles you want. So as you're playing this split voice with your left hand, you'll also be playing the style with your left hand, and you can go ahead and set up any style you want. So here's a list of the voice set in the split voice for each of the main voices. So you'll call up voice number 292. In your split voice, you're going to get a fingered bass. Voice 293 gives you an acoustic bass in your left hand in the split voice. Voice 294 gives you a slap bass in the split voice. 295 gives you a high Q bass. Main voice 296 gives you a synthetic bass played in your left hand with the split voice. Main voice 297 gives you a grand piano in your split voice. Main voice number 298 gives you a bright piano in your split voice in your left hand. Main voice 299 gives you once again a grand piano in your left hand in the split voice. Main voice number 300 gives you a folk guitar assigned to the split voice in your left hand. And finally, main voice number 301 also gives you a folk guitar assigned to the split voice being played in your left hand. And in all of these, you'll end up with a grand piano in your right hand. The split voice will always have an arpeggio turned on. You can change the arpeggio if you want, or you can turn it off. You will probably want to set the split voice up, raise it up an octave or two using function number 032. This is how you assign the octave to the split voice, and this goes from -2 to +2. And the reason for this is you're playing the split voice with your left hand way on the far left side of your keyboard. And so that split voice is going to be very, very low. In all cases, I have found it most necessary to raise that split voice 1 or 2 octaves. I want it to either be in octave number 1 like this or octave number 2. Otherwise, it's just so low, it sounds terrible. Before I play these voices for you, let me tell you this. I do not like all of these voices, and some of them I would personally never use because they don't fit into the type of music I play. But I want you to hear them anyway, because some of you may play music and these split voices with these arpeggios might work perfectly well for you. So let's go live to the E463 keyboard and let's hear these unusual tin voices. Here is voice number 292, and it's called finger bass left. And in the split voice with my left hand, I have a finger bass, and it sounds like this. And the minute I let up, it stops playing. Okay, let's add in a style, and I've got one figured out here. So here's a style. Soul. Now I'm going to add in the split voice. Here it is without and with. Okay, that's voice number 292. That's my least favorite of the 10. Here is voice number 293, and this is called Combo Jazz Left. And let me set up a style. All right, so here is Combo Jazz Left. Oops, I want to raise that 1 octave. And in my left split voice, I have an acoustic bass. here's a style. Now let me add in the split voice with the arpeggio. Ready? Here is the style without. And with. Okay, I think that one works pretty well. Okay, that's voice 293. Let's go up to voice 294. This is called Paul's Bass Left. And let me set the octave to 1. And now let me get a style. Okay, so here's Paul's bass left. Okay, now here's a style. And let's add in the split voice with the arpeggio. Ready? Okay, that's voice 294. Here is voice 295. Let me get it set up here. Let me get my style. All right, 295 is called Trance Bass Left. And in the split voice, the instrument is called a slap bass. Okay. I'm sorry, high Q bass, high Q in the left voice, and it sounds like this. Okay, here's a style I picked. Now let's add in the split voice. And remember, in all 10 of these, in the right hand, you always have a grand piano. No matter which voice you select, you get a grand piano in your right hand. Okay. So that's voice 295. Here is 296. It is called Acid Bass Left. And in the left voice, we have a synthetic bass. Let me set up my style here. So here is Acid Bass Left. Oops, I want to transpose that. Okay, and here's a style. Let's add in the split voice. Here we go. Go to a minor. Without, with, okay, that's voice 296, acid bass left. Let's go to voice number 297. This is called piano ballad left, and in the split voice is a grand piano. So we've got a grand piano on the left and a grand piano in the right. Let me set up my style here. Okay. And let's listen to the split voice by itself. I'm playing softly, playing hard, soft, so it does have touch. Okay, here's a style, serenade. Let's add in the split. Without, with, there it is by itself. Okay, so that's voice 297. Let's go to voice 298. This is called a salsa piano left. Let me get a style. And let's make sure it's set where I want. Okay, so here's what the split voice sounds like. It's got a grand piano playing a salsa. Okay, here's my style. Let's add in the split voice. Ready? Oh, I like that. Without, and with. Okay, I think that one works. That's about my favorite so far. Okay, so that is voice 298, which is called salsa piano left. Let's go to main voice 299. This is called piano arpeggio left. And let me set up a style. Okay, so here's what the split voice sounds like. And in the left voice I have a grand piano. And once again, unlike a style, when you let go, it stops playing. Okay, here's a style. Let me add in this split voice. Without and with. Okay, that's voice 299, piano arpeggio left. Here is voice 300. Let me get it set up. This is called guitar arpeggio left. Let me set my style. So here's what it sounds like. And in my left hand I have a folk guitar in the split voice. Guitar. Okay, here's the style. Let's add in the split. Without and with. Guitar arpeggio left. A folk guitar in the split voice. That's voice number 300. Finally, let's go to voice 301. This is called strum left. Let me set up a style. Okay, so this is called strum left. In a split voice, once again, I have a folk guitar. The name of the voice is strum left, obviously strumming with a folk guitar. So here's the style I chose. Okay, now let me add in the folk guitar strum left. without. With. You may have noticed that the arpeggio automatically picks up whatever the tempo is of the style that you select. So your split voice with the arpeggio will always perfectly match whatever style you choose. It looks to see what's the tempo of the style, and the split voice with the arpeggio automatically plays at the same tempo of whatever style you select. So that's the 10 voices I wanted to show you. They violate all of the rules. You think you're setting up a main voice, but in reality you're setting up a split voice, and your main voice remains a grand piano for all 10 of these voices. And these are main voice number 292 through voice 301. Do I like all of them? No. Some of them I don't care for at all. I would never ever use them. I kind of like the guitar arpeggios, and I like the salsa and the piano arpeggios. Those are my favorites. So I hope you have found this interesting. More importantly, I hope you found it helpful, and if you have, and you own one of these keyboards, go make some music, because Lord knows the world needs a little more music.